All right, welcome to the first ever edition of Hot Ones RTR style. I'm here at Rainbow Trout Ranch with Arden Foster and David Van Berkom of Rainbow Trout Ranch. My name is Ernie Costello. I am a guest here at the ranch, and I'm a pretty big fan of Hot Ones, so I want to give a big shout out to Sean Evans, creator of Hot Ones. We're going to be tasting a few of the hot sauces here that came right from your monthly order subscription service, so we'll give a shout out to those as well. So for those of you who aren't familiar with the format, Hot Ones generally has someone doing the interview questions, and of course we like to call them the victims. I will be joining them as a victim. They'll be answering questions while intoxicated with heat. So we're gonna move along and give you a little frame of reference. Your typical Louisiana hot sauce on the heat scale, on the Scoville units, is about 550 Scovilles. And this show usually has 10, starting very mild from around that Louisiana hot sauce all the way up to the hottest ones. But for the sake of time, we're going to skip right to number 6.
Wow.
And go 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10.
Cowboy up right here.
Cowboy up. So our very first one up today is going to be Carnival hot sauce.
Sounds fun.
And that's by Karma Sauce. So as a reference, what we talked about, Carnival is made with yellow Scotch bonnet, and it's got a hint of lime and some tropical herbs. Also fatali and Moruga scorpion peppers. This is a range of 56,000 Scoville units. So
Sounded good till you said scorpion. But anyway.
But I'm
So,
excited.
rather than drench these hot wings, we're going to be using boneless chicken, and we'll let everyone kind of do their own bit of dabbing here and decide how aggressive they want to dab. So
Well, if you're not going to go for it, you know, is it even worth it?
you might want to put it on your plate so you don't mix them all up.
Yeah. And then I can go back and eat more when I'm,
There you
when I'm
go.
missing it. You know?
Carnival
David?
sounds festive. But
Yeah, it sounds exciting. So do I just eat this, and do I wait for everybody?
You
to
wait
take a
and we'll
bite?
cheers it and
yeah.
Good.
do our thing here.
But yeah, I got a good amount there.
Yeah, you do. Probably more than the host is going to put on his.
Just dip up ears.
You get a good whiff of that, you start smelling that. It's getting good and hot.
It's like everything else. You don't smell it before you eat it.
All right, so here we go, and I'll get started, and I'll have to ask the question already, starting to breathe it in. So, cheers, guys.
Yeah.
Cheers to this. Whew.
All right. So, question number 1, David. I'm going to ask you this question.
Yes, I'm ready.
I'm here for the 3rd time at Rainbow Trout Ranch as a guest, and I love it. My whole family loves coming here. But obviously, I'm here as a guest, and this is my first experience on a ranch was as a guest. So what I'm not sure I know about you is kind of in the beginning, was your first experience working on a ranch, or was your first experience going to a ranch?
Working on a ranch.
Can
In
tell us a little bit-
Montana.
In Montana.
Yeah,
Okay.
it was a dude ranch up there as well. And I went there after my freshman year of college and worked there for 5 summers before being here.
Awesome. And Arden, I'll ask you. You've been here 6 years now,
Yes, sir.
and you had some writing experience prior to coming to Rainbow Trout Ranch. Can you just tell us a little bit about that?
Sure. So I grew up writing English and wrote English since I was 6 years old, and had written Western very little. And I got out here, and the running joke is that I was probably the greenest hand that came along in a while. And through David and Jane, I was really able to learn a whole lot. And now I've had an opportunity to learn to rope and trail ride so much, and ride in the backcountry and do lots of really fun rides, and teach guests so much. And so all of that's been really helpful.
Awesome. All right, well, let's move on.
Yes.
Oh, goody.
We're going to go on to number 2. Sauce number 2 is called Brain Burner.
Oh.
This is a hot one. This is by First We Feast, by Hot Ones. This is a combination of Scotch Bonnet and Carolina Reaper. It's got a tiny hit of some sweetness and zesty lime flavor. So
Perfect. Well, coming from the South, everything in Carolinas is very sweet, so that's exactly how this will be, I'm sure.
I'm sure. And this one, for reference, is 112,000 Scoville units.
As
So
one would think.
we're stepping up a bit from the
Okay.
last
So
one.
we've doubled.
we-
Doubled our Scoville
doubled
units.
our
Exactly,
Scoville units.
From 56,000 to
And it's not an
112,000.
exact science, so sometimes you get a little bit hotter, sometimes a little bit milder.
I'm not sure if my body's ready for this, but I'm excited. I'm not going to be as bold as I was last time. So it's a bit much, but that's okay.
All right.
Cheers,
Cheers.
to that. Ooh.
Here we
Cheers.
are.
That one comes through the nose pretty good.
Yeah, I can feel that.
All right, so let's talk a little bit about more about life on the ranch.
Yeah.
So I'm sitting here as we're doing this. I see your lovely wife Jane has just come out.
Speaking of hot ones, yeah.
Yeah, speaking of hot ones,
Hello.
I am fortunate enough to be in a family business myself. But tell me a little bit about kind of how the family thing works here, how that works on the ranch.
Well, it's obviously Jane is here, my wife, and then we have our 3 children, and also get to work with my parents, Doug and Linda. And so it's been pretty awesome to be able to, the family dynamic of having your parents and your children, 3 generations working together, pretty awesome. Not many people can say they can do that and have accomplished it for over almost 30 years. So.
Awesome. And I think I can speak for myself. Even as a guest at this ranch, it certainly feels like you're hanging out with family. So how do you feel about that, being here 6 years? Obviously, it's something you feel.
Yeah, no, I definitely see David and Jane as, they've been amazing mentors to me, and I definitely see them all as family. I've had opportunities to go watch some of the kids graduate from high school, go to volleyball games and basketball games, and it's been one of the most incredible experiences to come in and really feel like, I know.
Yeah, you might want to finish asking your questions because my tongue might not operate
I know.
in about 3 more.
But no, I mean, they truly embrace us as family. We're not just staff here. I mean, we truly get treated like family, and from the beginning.
I think I see that every time I'm out on a ride or being taken care of at the ranch. Everybody seems to have that same attitude, which I think is fantastic. So we'll move on to number 3. Eye of the Scorpion. This is First We Feast presents Eye of the Scorpion by Hot Ones as well. Eye of the Scorpion is scorpion pepper with scorpion powder, hint of garlic. I don't know how much of it you'll taste. This one ranges 104 to 150,000. So
let's hope for the 4.
Let's hope for the 104. So give that a good shake and get
good,
yourself
yes.
started.
I'm gonna make sure I shake that up because I want to taste all of the good flavors here.
So one thing I've come to enjoy here at the ranch, besides riding and fishing and spending time with my family, is getting to learn a little bit more about kind of the more competitive side and some of what goes on with roping. And I'm sitting here at the table with 2 people who team rope a little bit here. And I'm sitting to my right here with Arden, who is a header, and to my left here with David, who's a healer. So maybe for those who don't know a little bit more, let's when we get the first bite of this, let's talk a little bit about that.
I'm just happy you're here. Apparently.
So you can already smell this one's heating up here, Anya.
I was just thinking the other day I needed my sinuses cleared
There you
out.
go.
So
Cheers.
I'm gonna eat this.
Yeah.
So I'll let either one of you start this one off.
I'm gonna say it's closer to the 150.
So what do you
talking
think?
about again?
Well, in team roping, right? It starts with a header first. So why don't we let you kind of
Okay, go ahead, Arden.
introduce that to us?
So as a header, when you leave the box, and that's where you stand with your horse, when you leave the box, I'm going to try and get my loop around the horse's, the steer's horns, and sometimes you catch a neck, but the biggest thing is that once you've caught, you're going to try and put a nice handle on that steer so that then David, as a wonderful healer as he is, has an opportunity to come behind and catch 2 feet. But it's really hard because if you miss as a header, you've blown it for both of you. So there's a lot of pressure on that for sure.
So what's that pressure like, Chef, to you when she gets it around and catches?
I would say the header does have more pressure because if, like she says, if she doesn't catch, you don't even get to throw. But once they do catch, then of course your pressure becomes, I don't want to let your header down because I now have to catch 2 feet. And that's kind of what we're shooting at.
It's going deeper, so I could. I feel this one going down.
Yeah.
All right,
It's going to leave a mark, I think.
on to number 4. This is
Is this normal?
Pierre de Almas hot sauce by Mono Loco.
Oh, loco nut.
This one actually comes out of Costa Rica,
So it's not legal in the States because I'm not sure any of these other ones.
and this is Ghost and Scotch Bonnet. Scoville units of 665,000. So,
Is that transfer from Costa Rica to American in like 110 or?
Not legal.
so I'm going to tell you right now, you might want to be a little less liberal with this one.
Yeah, well, I think I've already had a few regrets here. So, it's getting hard.
They're mounting. The beads of sweat are over my lip. For sure.
I'm trying to think this is going to be a fun experience.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
We're going to go with that one.
All right, here you go. Look at that's a conservative one. That's
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, like with anything, I have many regrets here. But
All right, regulators. Mount up. Let's see.
Let's ride.
Exactly. Woo! Rally.
Cheers. Let's see if I can get my head square on another question.
Good for a problem, though.
Oh yeah.
That doesn't seem like that's a very smart thing to be doing.
So, one of the things that's preached here at the ranch, I guess I'll talk about is ride ready, right? We were taught that from our very first orientation. I've seen it applied a few times in my own riding experience.
I think we got Parkinson's sitting there or something.
So I don't know if there's too much you can prepare for these hot sauces, but relative to your experience, other than ride ready, what's a tip you would offer maybe to a new rider? Something that would be important for them to know.
Stay on, maybe.
Yes. Always be cognizant of what you're doing as a rider and how that can affect your horse. A lot of people forget that they're riding an animal. They just assume it's like a car and it's just going to take them from one place to the other. And when you remember that you're on a horse and it's a live animal, I mean, part of that is riding ready, but some people get in the middle, you and I were talking about this today, in the middle of telling the story and suddenly they're throwing their hands about and they forget that their reins are in that hand and little things like that. They forget how easily their horses can be affected by little things.
Any tip from you, David?
You know, when I start talking about horses, I get really emotional. And the tears just kind of well up.
Just beautiful.
Horsemanship is very important. And so the ride ready part is very important. I've lost my train of thought. Stay on the goddamn horse, all right?
All right, that works. So the last one today, hopefully not true to form, as my lovely bride and your lovely bride are sitting here tableside,
Okay.
is Widowmaker hot sauce. This is by Dingo Sauce Company. It's made in Australia. This is combining six of the world's hottest chili peppers.
One does.
Minimum Scoville on this one of 682,000.
I would hope.
It's like cutting it.
I've spared you the last dab, which is 2 million plus Scoville, so try to do you a solid here. I know we have a friend back at the ranch who is from Thailand working, and if none of these are hot enough for her, I will make sure to send a bottle of last dab. But,
Please.
but go ahead and,
Oh, let me just take it. It looks like ketchup. That's how I use it, right?
yep, use it like ketchup.
Absolutely.
I need another beer. Just saying.
By the way, a shout out for this table, which I was just introduced to, that has built-in can holders as well as a built-in cooler.
That's right.
Awesome, and I think that is credited
To Ronnie and myself. That was my design, and Ronnie was able to make it happen.
My hands are shaking.
Should have
Yeah,
a table like
I
this.
can believe that.
We're doing great, guys. I'm having a
Actually,
blast.
we're down to the last one here, and like I said, I mean,
Thank you, sweet Jesus.
back as a reference, 550 Scoville on your basic Louisiana hot sauce. So do the math, 682,000 minimum
anything
Scoville
I
in
eat
this.
from here on out, I'm
That
pretty
seems
sure
that
must
seems
be about
excessive to
anyways.
me, frankly.
But jalapenos, David, are now just going to be child's play.
All right, so last
All right.
question here.
I'm going deep.
All right,
Yeah,
cheers on this one.
Cheers.
Okay.
As we're sitting here in the beautiful mountains of Colorado, my wife says there's no place she'd rather be. I can't argue that point too many times, but I guess the last question is, if you weren't doing it here, and there was one other place you might be doing either this or something else, where would be the destination you'd like to either next visit or spend time living?
all right, well, I'm going to eat this and then I'm going to take it outside.
I won't be able to think after this. So.
I actually think that one's a little tastier and not quite as hot, unless it's going to build later.
Yeah, it has some good
Holy hope.
flavor to it. I don't know, if I wasn't here, I mean, I've always dreamt of going to Wyoming and to Montana. I've heard wonderful things about the Tetons and Montana and stuff like that, and I'd love to go to Glacier National Park. And
Here it comes.
But and it's beautiful, but I don't know, I'm quite partial, quite biased to being here, so it's hard to want to go anywhere else.
I'd like to be anywhere than here right now.
He's tapping the Rockies, looking to cool it down.
Yeah,
You
Montana
yelled at your
is tremendous. Jane and I met and worked there. I love Montana, and my heart will always be in Montana. But Colorado's home, and
David, your heart is right here.
well.
She's right here with you.
Looking sexy.
you look as hot as my hot sauce.
Well, I can't
Okay.
say enough, but thank you for the opportunity to be here on the ranch once again. Year number 3, it just keeps getting better. As these keep getting hotter, the
Yes, they do.
experiences here just keep getting better and better. And just a special thanks to the entire Van Berkom family and everyone at Rainbow Trout Ranch. Thank you.
Thank you.
Woo!